Hey guys, happy Friday. Hope everybody has had a great week. We are still defrosting here from getting several feet of snow last weekend, and we were a bit snowed in. And I am just coming from the pool. My little guy had his swim lesson this morning. So yeah, hope everybody's had a great week. I am going to talk about a couple things I guess it's not really this morning. This afternoon, keeping it simple and also how to utilize bundles to keep it really simple, and also how to kind of map things out utilizing bundle, because we have these amazing 500 point bundles that are really popular right now, right? The Dramatic Effects Firming Cream has been going absolutely bonkers, and then it is trickling into tanner season, which we also have an amazing 500 point bundle for that. So I'm gonna kind of talk about a few different ways I really like to keep it simple. I know that I'm a very analytical person, so sometimes I like to get into that analysis paralysis, as I call it, and like to overthink it. But what I really try to do is keep things simple, because we all like simple, right? We're all super busy, and so simple works. Simple is duplicable, right? So it can go back to the very beginning, right? When you're even just sharing the business with somebody, right? You don't need to go into 18 different details about how Nu Skin was founded in 1984 and, all this stuff, right? It's simply like, hey, I know you're using and loving our products. I think you would be awesome at this. Would you be interested in trying out your own post? People are loving the products right now. We've all been cooped up. We could all use a little pick-me-up with this firming cream and sunless tanner. People are going crazy for it, and I think you'd be awesome at it. Simple. Like, that's it, right? It's like the analogy about telling somebody about a great movie you watched and how you think they should watch it too. You don't need to go into like all these crazy details about, who directed and produced it and how many Academy Award nominations they have, right? It's simple, right? Same thing for asking for shout outs or even flipping a shout out, right? Simple, simple, simple. The average person is not going to want, all these extraneous details. We can provide them for that, of course, but just keep it super simple. And then when it comes to somebody getting their post up, right? We're keeping it simple. We're not throwing like all the information they need at them all at once. We're telling them how to post and how to get it boosted, and then we'll give them the additional information as it comes up. But the biggest thing that we're outlining for them is that we want them to have fun and we want them to make money, right? People get into this business to make money. And especially with these bundles, right? It's really good to keep it nice and simple with these bundles. Hey, we can absolutely buy the firming cream in single tubes. However, we've got this 19 tube bundle and your profit doubles. It's 19 tubes. Once you sell 13 of those, you've actually already got it paid for. So let's shoot for that, right? So simple. That's going to make sense to anybody. Well, why wouldn't I buy that bundle if my profit doubles, right? Same thing with tanner. Oh my gosh, it increases our profit, with a huge difference, with the tanner. It's a 35 pack. All we need to do is sell 20 to get to that bundle. Let's get to that number, right? And depending on how their first post is going, right, we might want to introduce some shout outs so that they can get to that bundle, right? Because that's always the goal. And again, it's super simple, right? Hey, I bet you've got some family or some really good friends that would be more than happy to put up a support post for you and help get this, off the ground for you. And that will really allow us to tap into some other networks so that we can get to that bundle, right? It's always going back to how it's going to benefit them and just keeping it super simple, right? Because I bet you one of the biggest objections you get to our business is, I don't know if I have time. I don't know if I could undertake, this additional thing. My life's crazy, And so we just want to keep it super duper simple, right? Love it, okay? And then once we kind of move on from that initial stuff, right? Then it's really walking somebody through how to get to executive, right? Simple. We've got these 500 point bundles, which makes it so easy to map it out, right? People can get to LOI by selling 2 bundles personally, Or hey, you sold a bundle, now let's help one of your friends sell a bundle. Boom, LOI. Simple, right? And then when we map out, being a qualifying for executive, right? It's like, awesome. You already had your one friend signed up. Let's work on finding, 3 more. And you can literally draw it out for them utilizing 500-point bundles. And we can get there very quickly because I bet you people are selling probably multiple bundles, right? Not even just one. And so we can really map it out for people getting to that 5,000, getting to that 2,000, from sharing simply with these 500-point bundles. And it makes it so simple, right? So that's how we can explain to somebody executive qualification is really just utilizing these 500-point bundles and drawing out a little diagram. Like I literally keep, if you guys have worked with me, you know that this is what I do. I print my shipping labels on 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. And then when I cut my labels out, I have 1,000,000 of these half sheets of paper. And so I get super fancy and I do like little drawings on my little half sheets of paper. But that can give someone a great visual, to show them like, hey, yeah, we can get, your girlfriend signed up and then we can even help them, get some friends interested as well. And we can get you to executive. And keep in mind too, people are getting to executive in a matter of weeks. So pay attention to those promotion dates, right? If somebody hits their numbers by the 7th, they'll flip to executive on the 8th. Somebody hits it by the 14th, they'll flip on the 15th. Somebody hits it by the 21st, coming up, they'll flip on the 22nd, right? And then if somebody hits it by the end of the month, they'll flip on the 1st. And that's super duper important, guys. Not only when it can come to like success trip points, but if somebody is rocking and rolling and you see that and you're like, holy smokes, we can get them to executive by the 14th, they'll flip on the 15th and have the whole rest of the month to be earning commission, right? We don't want them to lose out on any money. We want them to make the money. That's exciting. So really strategizing, with having that goal to promote mid-month, even people that are going to be flipping here on the 22nd, right? It's a long month. There's 31 days in this month, right? So they have a ton of time to get, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 in GSV, right? And that brings me to my next point, right? Let's say you just broke an exec and they flipped, they've got the 9 days, left of the month. And you're like, ooh, if they get to 2K, I get success trip points with that. Awesome. Guess what? 2K in GSV is 4 bundles. Okay. Between that new exec and their team, of course they're going to sell 4 bundles. They'll probably sell 8 bundles, which is amazing, right? And you can even map it out with that person. Hey, you've got, 8 people on your team. This is incredible. If everybody, sold a bundle or 2, you could be at 4, 5, 6, 7,000 in GSV. And this would be the commission that you would make on that. That's incredible. And that would get somebody really excited, right? Like not only did they just become an executive, but now you basically just mapped out simply using bundles, what their volume could be and what their commission could be on that. Like that's huge. So I love using the simplicity of these 500-point bundles to map somebody out, right? If somebody told me that their goal was a 10,000 in GSV, I say, awesome. That's 20 bundles amongst you and your team. Who on your team, is going to be selling a bundle or 2? Who's getting shout outs? Who's in qualification? Let's look at the circle group here and see where that 10,000 is going to come from, right? Maybe you're an executive and maybe you need some leadership teams, right? You need a 20K leg or a 10K leg. Awesome. Okay, how many bundles do we need on that leg? And then let's look, okay, well, you've got 5 executives on that leg. Awesome. So if each executive is doing about 4,000, we're going to get to that 20,000 you need for that leadership team. Okay, 4,000 GSV for those execs. Well, that's 8 bundles. Well, of course we can do 8 bundles, for one executive team, right? So I absolutely love using the simplicity of bundles to map people out, right? Because it's great to have goals, whether it's, you know, maybe you're a newer executive, so it's a GSV goal. Maybe you're an executive looking to rank up, right? So maybe you need some leadership teams, or maybe you need to map out another frontline executive, right? Use these 500-point bundles because it is way simpler, right? It's also way less intimidating, right? Like 10,000 seems like a big number, but when you look at it, well, it's just 20 bundles, right? Like that's not a big deal. So really break it down, and that I know really helps me, and it also helps me explain it to other people as well, and really keep it super duper duper simple, because that's what we love, right? So today is, I don't even know what today is. Is today the 19th? 20th? I don't even know. Anyway, we have a ton of time left in this month. I feel like this month is so long, but in the best possible way. Like we still have a whole third of the month left. Like we're only 2/3 of the way through this month, which is insane. We've already accomplished so much. The team is on fire. There is so much momentum. People are popping Hawaii left and right. It's insanity. People are ranking up. We've got new executives. It's so much fun. What are you going to do in these last 10 days of the month, guys? Who can you get to executive by the 21st so that they flip on the 22nd? Who are you going to get into qualification, you know, this month? Who's qualifying for Hawaii this month, you know? Really look at your goals, and if, you know, you have a hard time mapping it out for yourself, reach up to your upline mentor and have them map it out for you, because I promise you it is way simpler than you even think if you can look at it in terms of these 500-point bundles. Between Firming Cream especially, and Tanner, I know, is starting to kind of pick up now that we're, you know, breaking out the tank tops a little bit more, right? Although I forgot to put Tanner on before swim class today, and I was like horrified at how pale I was. But anyway, this is so much fun, guys. I hope you are feeling the energy and the excitement. It is truly amazing. I legitimately do a happy dance every single day because it's so exciting. So anyways, hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your Friday and weekend ahead. Make sure you're super clear on what you want to create in this last third of the month. Oh my gosh, we've got like a ton of time, guys. So whatever you set your goal at, I would strongly suggest that you up it. I know a lot of you have like already met your goal, and so it's like double it, you know, because you all can do that for sure. And get with your upline mentor if you need help mapping anything out. If it's just getting to executive, if it's getting a leadership team, if it's helping people on your team get to executive, if it's Hawaii, whatever it is. And I promise you they'll be able to, you know, map it out using these bundles, and it'll be super duper simple. All right, guys, I think I've said simple 83 times. So everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys later.